dealing with the element of style. When we say style, it is defined as the way a writer writes. It is the technique that an individual author uses in his writing. So same with singers that have their own style. Writers also have their own style in writing. So we have different elements of style that a writer may use. Number one is the diction. It pertains to the selection and pattern of words, meaning to say it deals with the writer's choice of words. Let's take a look at our first two sentences. In sentence number one, we have I am hungry. Notice that the writer here used common words and it's not that catchy when you read that. But try to observe the second sentence. I feel my stomach twisting and turning in agony. So as you can see here, the meaning is the same with the first sentence. But here, through the writer's diction or choice of words, the sentence became better. It is more catchy than the first sentence. Another example. Compare sentences 3 and 4. So number 3, we have she is shy, and the other one, she digs herself a hole and hides. Which do you think is the better one? The first or the second? Okay, the second one. But if your reader is an elementary student, you must go with the first sentence because their vocabulary is only limited. Next element is syntax. It pertains to the structure of the sentence. So the proper arrangement of words to form a sentence. The writer may use a simple sentence like in our first example, a compound sentence like in our second example, a complex sentence like in our third example, and a compound complex sentence like in our fourth example. So the writer may also follow certain sentence patterns like subject and transitive verb, subject followed by transitive verb and then direct object, and let's say subject, transitive verb, direct object, and object complement, etc. Next element of style is figurative devices. It includes various types of figures of speech. So the first one, we have simile. So it pertains to an indirect comparison between two unlike things using the words like or as. So you are comparing two different things, again, using the words like or as. Example, sometimes respect is like a worker's wage. It has to be earned through hard work. So as you can see here, we use the word like and it compares two different words such as respect and worker's wage. They are compared because they are both earned through hard work. Next is the metaphor. It is a direct comparison of two different things without using the words like or as. Example, in today's world, sympathy is a comet seldom seen. As you can see here, the word sympathy is compared to a comet without using the words like or as. They are compared because both of them are seldom seen nowadays. Another example, the moonlight sparkled brighter than a gypsy. So here they are compared without using the words like or as. Many writers use metaphor because it adds powerful detail in their writing. It helps the reader imagine and even feel a scene or character. Next element is personification. It is the attribution of human actions to non-humans. In other words, you are giving inanimate objects the quality of human. Example, I think the heavens cry because they can see how people treat one another. As you can see here, what makes it a personification? Okay. It makes the statement a personification because the heavens can cry. It is only the humans who can cry. Another example. The bees played hide and seek with the flowers as they buzzed from one to another. This is a personification because only humans can play hide and seek, not the bees. Next is hyperbole or hyperbole. It is an exaggerated statement. Example. Maybe we should cry a river if we want genuine care from others. It is an exaggerated statement because a person can cry a river. Next example. She's so sweet. You could get a cavity from talking to her. This is also an exaggerated statement because you won't get a cavity from being too sweet. Next is verbal irony. It is an expression that usually signifies the opposite. In other words, there is a contradiction of what is said and what is really meant. Example, this bed is as soft as a brick. So here, it's the opposite of what the speaker said. What the speaker really means here is that the bed is as hard as the brick. Another example. A sister walks into her brother's messy apartment and says, I see you're still the king of clean. What the speaker really means here is the speaker is really the king of mess. So a writer used this because it allows the reader to analyze a statement whether it's the opposite or the real meaning. Next is situational irony. A situation in which the opposite unfolds. In other words, it is a situation in which actions have an effect that is opposite from what was intended, so that the outcome is contrary to what was expected. Example, humans were created to depend on one another, but we are actually ignoring one another. Another example, the police station gets robbed. So as you can see, the outcome is contrary to what is expected. So that is a situational irony. Next is leitmotifs. It is an understatement that uses double negatives. So here it uses double negatives to state an affirmative statement or positive statement. Example, I don't hate it. As you can see, we have double negatives, which are the words don't and hate. These double negatives state a positive statement. So this sentence means that this person liked it. Next, the weather is not unpleasant. So as you can see, we have double negatives such as not and unpleasant. So this double negative creates a positive effect. So this sentence means the weather is pleasant. Next is the paradox, an apparent but meaningful contradiction. Example, but I believe that the poorest are the richest and the least are the greatest. So as you can see, we have contradictions here, such as poorest and the other one is richest. The other pair is least and contradicts it with the word greatest. Although we have contradictions here, upon reflection, you'll notice that the contradiction makes sense. Another example, to bring peace we must war. As you can see, peace is contradicted by the word war. But it do make sense because sometimes it's true that to bring peace, we have to sometimes engage in a war. So that's the end of our discussion for today. I hope you've learned something from me. Thank you.